Welcome to this edition of SAU Magazine, a weekly program featuring news, profiles, sports, commentary, interviews, and special events, all coming to you from the campus of Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia.
This is a Southern Arkansas University news brief. I'm Heather Halter.
And I'm Daniel Green.
Michelle Bash, Assistant Dean of Students, is stepping down from her position after serving for only a few months. Bash made the decision 2 weeks ago after an unexpected death in her family. She is leaving to become a full-time mother and take care of her 4-year-old daughter. Dean of Students Jay Corson said that they hate to see her leave. Bash is the second activities director to resign after Wendy Morgan left last summer.
SAU recently appointed Jasper Lewis as the new director of the physical plant. Lewis, who was appointed on April 1st, takes over for Scott Carroll, who left the position in November of last year. Between Carroll and Lewis, Charles Taylor was supervising the plant. Lewis's main goal will be to offer professional, dedicated, customer-oriented service to all members of SAU. The top item on his list is the residence hall renovations. Lewis has enjoyed his job so far and says the atmosphere at SAU is great.
The Students in Free Enterprise team, or the SIFE team at SAU, won the regional championship with their educational outreach projects at the 2001 SIFE Regional Exposition and Career Opportunity Fair held in Memphis, Tennessee. The SAU team will go on to the national competition, which will be held in Kansas City, Missouri in May. Darlene Tickle, advisor for the SIFE team, was named a Sam Walton Free Enterprise Fellow in recognition of her leadership and support of the SIFE program at SAU.
The virus threat Mwachiro is real. This is right on the heels of last year's I Love You virus and the Anna Kournikova virus. Upon investigation, it was determined that SAU's virus definitions were updated after the Mwachiro was discovered. Given that fact, Technology Services does not feel that this particular virus poses a threat to the university community. As with any real or suspect message, it is best not to open the message. Simply delete it as soon as you receive it.
SAU's trivia team recently defeated Alcoa to win the second Magnolia Trivia Challenge. The SAU team won 2 preliminary rounds before overcoming Alcoa in the championship held at Magnolia Junior High School. 10 teams competed for the first place trophy and city bragging rights. But there was also a prize of $15,000 being handed out for the Arkansas Council on Economic Education. The team, made up of Leo Carson Davis, Shannon Schroeder, Tim Schroeder, and Tim Wise, rolled over its competition to claim the prize.
All faculty and staff are invited to attend the commencement dinner on Friday, May 18th at 5:30 p.m. in the Bruce Center cafeteria. The dinner will honor the class of 2001 and the Young Alumni Award recipients. The SAU Alumni Association Board of Directors chose the following recipients for the 2001 Young Alumni Awards: Allard Baird, General Manager of the Kansas City Royals; Dr. Brent Carmody, Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeon; and Dr. Rita Hamilton, Physician of Osteopathic Medicine. This has been a Southern Arkansas University News Brief. I'm Daniel Green.
And I'm Heather Halter.
With an SAU profile, I'm Nakita Martin.
And I'm Monica Rasmussen.
SAU recently named Shauna Laurendine as new head volleyball coach.
Laurendine is a 28-year-old native of Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
She moved to Magnolia when her husband Tommy was hired as the Mule Rider football offensive line coach in 1999.
Shauna served as the head volleyball coach at the University of West Alabama from 1996 to 99, where she compiled an overall record of 78 wins and 81 losses.
She had an extensive and productive volleyball career as an outside hitter at the University of Montevallo.
Laurendine has a proven record of success and experience as a head coach at the NCAA Division II level.
She is an excellent recruiter and believes in strong player-coach relationships.
According to Athletic Director Jay Adcox, Laurendine will be able to take the SAU volleyball program to the next level of competition in the Gulf South Conference and at the national level. With an SAU profile, I'm Monica Rasmussen.
And I'm Nakita Martin.
SAU Sports, I'm Joann Lane.
And I'm Robert Chatman.
The Riderette softball team is in control of its own destiny for the Gulf South Conference West Division title. Currently, the Riderettes are ranked 3rd and were the preseason pick to win the West. Sunday, the Riderettes hosted Delta State here in a doubleheader with disappointing 2-0, 3-0 losses. Earlier this season, the Lady Statesmen swept the Riderettes 7-1 and 1-0. This Saturday, the Riderettes host Arkansas Monticello in a 4 p.m. doubleheader at the ballpark on Stadium Drive.
Recently, the SAU golf team participated in the Gulf South Conference tournament at Hot Springs Country Club. Out of the 16 teams, SAU tied with Harding University for 10th. Leading SAU was Clay Sullivan with a 3-day total of 236. SAU's team total was 968, but it wasn't enough to knock off the number 1 team, West Florida.
This week, the Rider baseball team will play a doubleheader against Bossier Parish Community College. The SAU starters will start the first game, with the reserves finishing the second game of the doubleheader. The Riders are currently ranked 19th in the nation and tied for second in the Western Division of the Gulf South Conference. The Gulf South Championship Tournament will be held at Valdosta State University in Valdosta, Georgia. The Riders will host Belhaven College in conference games on Friday and Saturday.
SAU hosted the annual Rip Powell Rider Relay with Magnolia High School finishing in 3rd. In the shot put, Monica Davis finished 3rd with a toss of 32 feet and 3 inches. Tia Mill finished 5th in the 100-meter hurdles, and the Magnolia team finished the 4x800-meter relay in 3rd with a time of 12 minutes and 40 seconds. Magnolia High finished the meet with a team total of 78 points. SAU Sports, I'm Robert Chatman.
And I'm Joann Lane.
With commentary, I'm Marsha Walters.
And I'm Mwachiro. How many people have realized that our walkways have become practice grounds for motor racing?
The problem exists on walkways between Talbot, Green, Talley, and Graham Annex residence halls on the north side of campus.
They are mainly for pedestrian traffic but are wide enough for maintenance and emergency vehicles that occasionally use them.
Recently, they have become racing grounds for students who insist on driving through at 30 miles an hour, even around corners.
This is very dangerous.
These walkways have sharp corners that can have tragic results since there is no way of knowing what is around a corner until it's too late.
Considering that students or visitors are not authorized to drive on walkways, they are committing 2 violations.
For the safety of all campus residents, we urge SAU students to stop making our walkways a version of the Indianapolis 500.
With commentary, I'm Mark Mwachiro.
And I'm Marsha Walters.
With an SAU police log, I'm Tarea Haywood. April is National Sexual Assault Awareness Month. In observation of this, SAU, in conjunction with victims assistance agencies in Calhoun, Columbia, Dallas, Ouachita, and Union counties, will sponsor a victims' rights rally this week. The rally features a proclamation by Columbia County Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Becky Jones and entertainment by Corey Harris, Miss SAU. Also, SAU students are encouraged to learn more about victims' rights by attending the event, to be held on the main floor of the Brew Center. Knowledge is power. For more information, contact Cletus Stewart, Director of Multicultural Services at SAU. UPD presents the following information on rape. Myth: rape is a crime of passion. Fact: rape is an act of violence, not passion. It is an attempt to hurt and humiliate, using sex as the weapon. Myth: rape only happens to women who ask for it. Fact: no one asks to be a victim of sexual violence. It can happen to anyone: children, grandmothers, students, working women, mothers, wives, the rich and poor. Rapists tend to prey on women who look vulnerable, appear to be easily intimidated, or seem to be daydreaming. Myth: most rapes occur as a spur-of-the-moment act in a dark alley by a stranger. Fact: rape often occurs in one's home, be it apartment, house, or dormitory. Very often the rapist is known by the victim in some way and the rape is carefully planned. Myth: most rapists only rape one time. Fact: most rapists rape again and again and again until caught. To report campus crime or if suspicious activities appear to be taking place, contact the University Police Department at 235-4100. That's 235-4100. With an SAU police log, I'm Tarea Haywood.
I'm Samantha Skiles with job information from the SAU Employment Resource Center. Graphic designer wanted. Must have computer knowledge, experience with Photoshop, Illustrator, and/or PageMaker preferred. Be able to work 15 to 25 hours per week. Position will involve ad design, page design, proofing, and miscellaneous tasks. Interested students should contact Susan Hutchison at 235-5098. KSSN 96, Magic 105,
Cool 95, Q100, and KDUC 106.7 are currently seeking applicants for the position as sales assistants. Applicants must be able to perform various clerical duties for a large radio sales department. Resumes may be sent to Cheryl Wilson, Clear Channel Radio, 10800 Colonel Glenn Road, Little Rock, Arkansas 72204. I'm Samantha Skiles with job information from the SAU Employment Resource Center.
With this week's entertainment news, I'm David Parkerson.
And I'm Angela Bradford.
The International Students Association is sponsoring its annual banquet to be held this Saturday evening in the New Armory. International students will be cooking foods from their home countries. In addition, there will be an international fashion show, music, dance, and PowerPoint demonstrations of various cultural events. Tickets are $2 for students and $5 for SAU faculty, staff, and Magnolia community.
Spring Fling took place last week. There are lots of free food and drinks. Activities included an obstacle course for students to run through like mice in a maze. There was a boxing arena for students to duke it out. There was a parachute drop and a beanbag race, where students attach themselves to a bungee cord to see how far they can reach before being pulled back to the wall. The beanbag left behind indicated who won. There was a parked car that students could demolish and take out their frustrations. Items being sold at various booths included t-shirts and candles.
The theater production, See How They Run, ran from Tuesday, April 24th until the 26th. See How They Run is a British farce that takes place during World War II about Reverend Lionel, his feisty wife Penelope, and their misadventures when an escaped Russian spy trying to avoid British authorities takes refuge in their home and holds Penelope hostage.
The music department sponsored its 7th annual Masterworks Festival this week. More than 100 high school students participated in the event. They rehearsed with the SAU Wind Ensemble, Heritage Singers, and the Chamber Singers, and presented a concert at the First Baptist Church. The SAU faculty member in charge of the event was Dr. Richard Bell, Director of Choral Activities, and that's this week's entertainment news.
SAU broadcast journalism students produce informative television programs for viewers in Southwest Arkansas. The SAU Report features interviews with faculty, staff, students, and alumni. It is seen each week in Magnolia on TCA Cable Channel 13. Camden residents can see the SAU Report each morning on Cable Channel 16. Tens of thousands of cable television households in Southwest Arkansas watch the program on KTSS-TV Channel 55 in Hope. The SAU Report not only serves as a learning tool for broadcast journalism students, but serves to inform the region about institutional events and personalities. Some editions of SAU Magazine feature audio segments from these television programs. Be sure and watch the SAU Report on your local cable television service. Informative viewing, provocative subject matter. The SAU Report.
With this week's SAU calendar, I'm Christie Roden.
And I'm Braden Harman.
Monday, April 30th, student workers can pick up their paychecks at the business office. Also at 4 p.m., the Student Government Association will hold traffic appeals court.
Tuesday, May 1st, the President's Ambassadors will hold a meeting in the Overstreet Boardroom at 4 p.m. At 6 p.m., Chi Alpha Christian Fraternity will sponsor a free trip to Walmart.
Wednesday, student refund checks will begin at the business office. At 12 noon, the Baptist Student Union will hold their noonday luncheon, and at 8 p.m., they will have their Cross Seekers worship service. Also, at 8:30, the Wesley Foundation will hold their evening sun worship.
Thursday at 6 p.m., the Association of Baptist Students will sponsor an ABS Blast at the ABS Center. At 7:11 p.m., Chi Alpha will have a praise and worship in the Brew Center.
Friday at 7:30 p.m., the inauguration and awards banquet will be held in the Blue and Gold Room.
And that's this week's SAU calendar.
SAU Magazine is a production of broadcast journalism students in the Department of Theater and Mass Communication at Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia.